Hey everyone, happy Canada Day. My name is Timmy Boyle and I'm a proud Canadian. I want to take a few minutes to share with you 7 amazing facts about the amazing nation of Canada. Here we go. Canada is a bilingual country, which means that we have 2 official linguals. Every Canadian citizen is required by law to learn French. Now, I'm so glad that we are not required by law to actually retain or use or even understand French. Or else, if that was the case, 90% of our country would be behind bars and the other 10% would be on the run. I mean, we've spent billions of dollars on signs that have French and English on them for no other reason than trying to appease the province of Quebec, which I don't even know if Quebec's even part of Canada anymore. I'm pretty sure I heard that they left some time ago. I don't know where they went. I had heard that they wanted to hook up with France, but my understanding is that France didn't want them either. Did you know that Canada is the 2nd largest country on the earth? In terms of landmass, that puts us right behind Finland. Now, based on the pictures that I've seen of Canada, primarily the maps that I used to color back in elementary school, Canada is about the size of 2 index fingers, end to end. Now, unless you were my friend Stephen from grade 3, who had little knobby fingers, so it was 3 fingers for him. But in general, this gives you a solid idea of how big Canada really is. I am very proud to say that Canada has finally elected a woman prime minister. Now, we did have one back in the 90s, but she only was in power for about 4.5 months, which means less prime minister and more camp counselor waiting for a real job to come around. But recently, we elected Sophie Trudeau to run our country. Now, a lot of you might know Sophie through her eye candy husband, Justin, who's all over the internet. But Sophie runs this ship, and I couldn't be more happy to have a female in charge of this country. I think it's going to cause great changes. In fact, I'm convinced that Sophie has at the top of her to-do list the instituting of a law that makes it legal for all women to have the right to vote. A lot of people have made fun of Canadians' money. In fact, we have a dollar coin that we've named after a bird. A loon, in fact, a common bird in Canada. We've actually named the coin the loonie. Well, we've coined the name the loonie, which makes a lot of sense. We're actually very good at puns in Canada. Now, it's not surprising, actually, that we've named a coin after a bird, because although we have cash money in Canada, we still do a lot of our transactions with raccoon pelts and other furs. Just so you have an idea of what a value of a loonie really is, you can look online and see that it's worth about 30 cents in American money. But in general, up here in Canada, it's got a different value system. You see, a loonie will always equal a loon, so you can always go anywhere. You can go down to Mac's, you can go down to any grocery store, and you can get yourself a loon for a loonie. It's the common value of the coin. But if you want something greater than that, then you need to start trading up. So for example, 2 loons will get you a elk, I believe. If you have an elk and a beaver, you can get yourself a bison and a deer. If you have 2 bisons and a bobcat, you can trade that in for 2 mooses and 2 tickets to see Celine Dion in concert. And if you have 2 mooses, you can trade those in for 1 Sasquatch. I would like to dispel a certain myth. Canadians do not live in igloos. Well, not all Canadians. Okay, granted, there are still some Canadians that live in igloos. They live up a little more north, and they're actually called the Inuit or Eskimos. Both of those terms are used to describe those people. I think the only distinction about which term you use is based on whether or not you personally are a racist. Around the globe, Canada is known as a hockey nation. We are known to love the hockey, as they say. And we do love the hockey. But not a lot of people know that we actually have our own professional football league, much like the NFL down in the United States. I mean, one of the only differences between their league and ours is that ours is called the CFL and theirs is the NFL. So there's a little bit of a letter change happening there. Some other differences in the games would be, well, we play our games in Canadian cities and they play theirs in the States. Let's try to think here. We apologize. We apologize after tackles. That's a little bit different. And we have way less cameras and lighting than they do to record what's going on at the events. So other than that, though, the games are pretty much the same. Oh, and we have a bigger ball and a wider field. And our players need to be a little bit smaller and quicker because we only have 3 downs. But other than that, it's pretty much the same. The crowds are smaller, and we don't pay the players in cash. We pay them in elk or moose or loonies if they're not that good. Stereotypically, Canadians are known for being mild-mannered, polite, laid-back, chill, peacemakers, kind, gentle individuals. And all of that is true. But understand this, we fear no one. We fear no one. That's why we're laid back and chilled and relaxed and happy and polite. Because we got nothing to worry about. Who's gonna come in and do anything to us in Canada? No one. You know why? Because of a message we sent years ago. You see, there was a little battle on this North American continent some time ago. And you can look this up on Google, and if it's on Google, it must be true. But there was a little battle that went on, and Canadians marched down to the United States and burned their White House to the ground. Check it out yourself. Look, I'm not proud that we did it, and maybe we should have done things differently. But we did it, and we left a statement for years and generations to come. There isn't a single country out there that wants anything to do with us. So we sit back and we watch hockey, because we got no worries in the world. Because nobody wants to come in, because they know if they come at Canada, then we're gonna burn their White Houses to the ground. And I don't even know if they have White Houses. Well, thank you so much for listening. That was 7 amazing things about the nation of Canada. I hope you learned something new, but most importantly, I hope you walked away realizing that Canada is and was and ever will be the most amazing nation on this planet. Or at the very least, the second largest, right behind Finland. Oh, Canada.